Dating is only required if you're ugly. This is one of the comments I got the other day, and I want to just sit here and say that's incorrect, but there's a few things to unpack. It's not as simply as just saying you're wrong, I'm right. I want to actually explain my viewpoint and ensure it's very, very clear on what I'm discussing here. First point, looks are important. You do have to be attractive. The more attractive you are, the more success you're going to have in dating to an extent. But for the most part, as a general rule, if you're more attractive, dating is easier in a lot of different ways. So, me saying that is the case, if I couldn't admit that, we would not be living in reality. We all have to accept that as fact. Okay. Now, when it comes to looks, recent times, looks maxing has gone crazy. It's become very, very viral as a sensation for young men to look up to these people who are very attractive. I can understand it. I think taking care of your looks and taking care of your appearance is important, and it only offers benefits to a point. You'll find with a lot of things that I say, I often fall back to a middle ground a lot of the times. That middle ground, that safe spot, is where you're taking certain aspects of looks maxing, such as grooming, wearing nice clothes, smelling good, all of these things that you can do that are very, very easy to do, not very time consuming, but they require a little bit of effort. On the opposite side of that, it's self-hatred. It's thinking, I am ugly, I am not worth life, because I don't look good, then nothing ever good is ever going to happen to me. That is very negative. That is the extreme. The other extreme is doing surgeries and whatever else. The middle ground is that perfect spot where you're taking care of yourself and you have self-respect. You have to admit to yourself that you have inherent value. No matter how you look as a human being, you have value to give to the world, but you choose how to give that value. So that is the first point. Looks are important, but there are things that you can do to look better. You are never going to look like a supermodel if you're not a supermodel without doing surgeries, but I don't recommend doing the surgeries. The next point, this comment said that the woman will only be with you or only put you through the dating ritual if you are not attractive. Now, this comes down to dating standards. Before you even start dating, you need to get very, very clear on the type of person that you want to be with. Who is that person? What does she look like? What are things that she cares about? What are her standards in life and everything? What are the things that are important to you that are important to see in your partner? Get very clear on those. If you don't get clear on these things, when you're going through the dating process and you're asking questions, you're learning about them, you're not going to know what are things that you need to pay attention to and what are things that you don't need to pay attention to. So get clear on your standards for yourself. Final point, third and final point, I actually put notes down today. If she is not attracted to you, she is not the one for you. I do not care what you look like. Okay, ultimately, you have probably seen these people, everyone's seen these people. You see a guy who does not look attractive next to a girl who's attractive. You see a guy who's attractive with a girl who's not attractive. It happens all the time. There are people out there who will find you attractive. I think there's a love story on YouTube a while ago, and this guy was talking about his experience by being an ugly guy. This girl commented underneath saying, I think you're pretty cute. They ended up getting married and having kids. Like, it's an awesome story. But ultimately, you have to know that you are not ugly. You have to have that belief that you are not ugly and that someone is out there who will find you attractive. If you are going after someone or feel like, oh, I need to go through this dating ritual with this person because they find me unattractive, then you're already putting yourself below them and you're going to put them on a pedestal and you're going to have this weird power dynamic within the relationship where she knows that you hate yourself and you're making her seem amazing and even better than she is, but ultimately she's going to lose respect for you because you don't respect yourself. Very, very simple thing. You need to love yourself. You really do. And you need to understand there's someone out there who will love you for being yourself. You need to be honest with who you are and you need to show that to her. It may require a little bit of work. I don't believe that you should go into dating before you're ready for marriage. So it may require a bit of work to become the person who is worthy of dating and eventually of marriage. But it's a process of taking very small, actionable steps that you can do every single day that are not difficult to do, that are not time consuming, that are too easy almost. And as that becomes so, so easy that it's just part of your routine and a part of your day, make it slightly harder until that process repeats. And then eventually you'll get to the point where you are doing things that right now in this moment you would consider to be impossible to do on a daily basis, but you will be doing it without even worrying about it causing any issue in your life because it is just what you do. You just become that person over time. I hope this has been beneficial. Thank you so much for leaving that comment because it gave me a really good idea for this video. I hope this has been beneficial. I hope you see my point, and I hope that you go out there, become the person that you know and deserve to be, and you find someone to spend the rest of your life with. Peace.